We're now joined by Coach Jamie Dixon from TCU. Coach, welcome, and your thoughts about the upcoming season.
Well, thank you. It's great to be here as part of the media day and what we think is the best conference in the country, and we've proven that. So excited about the season. Obviously, we have a relatively young group with 5 returning guys and that have played a lot of minutes, scored a lot of points, and done a lot of things with those guys. But the other 8 are all brand new, haven't played any college basketball. So it's an interesting makeup of a team. Obviously, Jalen Fisher is not playing right now, not practicing, but he's starting doing a little bit more going forward here. So we anticipate him being ready for the start of the season, but obviously not having gone through a lot of practice time with us as far as 5-on-5. And then Lot Mayan, who redshirted for us. So those are our 2 guys, our injury situation right now. You got Kawat, you've got J.D. Miller, 2 guys that kind of play the same position, so usually just one of them are on the floor. So really those 3 guys are the returning guys that have played college basketball for us, and then the other 8, we're getting them ready. And so I think that's been a challenge for us, something we knew was going to be in the cards for us and something we'd be working on. And, we're trying to take advantage of all 30 practices going forward. So we're at number 19 here now as we get ready and for our November 7th game. As far as looking for the conference and the non-conference, excited about our schedule, excited about the Big 12 SEC Challenge, opportunity to go play in Diamond Head and in that classic. So a lot of great things for us ahead, but again, I just can't I can't believe that this conference has become what it is so quickly in basketball. I mean, whether it be the ratings on TV, whether it be the rankings as far as RPI and the strength of the conference overall, it is, I think, far exceeded everybody's expectations, which is not a great thing for the coaches, but certainly challenging and exciting for the fans. And we're just excited to be, again, a part of the best conference in the country.
Okay, thank you. We'll take a question on the rear, the middle.
Myron Metcalf, ESPN. Jamie, Jalen Fisher, obviously everyone's looking at him.
Right.
With the multiple injuries he's had, are you all going to ease him back? I mean, what's the time?
Yeah, I was just talking about he's the timing of his injuries have been interesting because it's not like we've ever had to rush him back to get back in the middle of a season. He's always had an extended recovery time, more than what would normally be done. Yes, he's had numerous injuries. Had one in high school, but since he's been with us, they've been season-ending injuries. So it's not like we've had to rush him back to get for a game in any situation. We had a little after last year's surgery. We had another issue this summer, and obviously we've kept him out a prolonged period of time. So in no way has there ever been a reason why we had to get him back by a certain time. It's always been extended recovery time, and we've just ran into some he's ran into some really bad luck, and that's been unfortunate for him. He goes so hard, and if somebody walked into our practice, we're doing some 5-on-0 tonight when we practice, they'll say, this kid looks like he's 100% and has been playing injury-free for his whole career. But I've never seen a guy go so hard, 5-on-0 skill work and things, as well as everybody's seen him play so hard during games. So it's been a real challenge. But I'm just amazed at how he's handled it and how his energy. I mean, anybody that's had an injury when they're trying to play, it can be really devastating, just physically as well as mentally. But he's handled it. His energy, his enthusiasm, his involvement, camaraderie with the team has been amazing. And whether you see him on the bench, whether you see him in practice, so it can wear on a kid, but somehow he's managed. And again, I say it can wear on a kid. I've never had a situation like this. I don't think anybody has this many injuries. But I think he's still going to be ready to play for the start of the year, and we're looking forward to getting him. Be a little, I think, a little time getting there as we did last year too as well, because you game experience, there's nothing that prepares you for it. But I think he's going to somehow pull it off again.
Question on the front left.
Hey, Jamie.
Hey, Drew.
Obviously, the Big 12 announced the Big East Challenge, and you mentioned the SEC Challenge. How big is that, and how excited are you as a former Big East coach with that alliance?
Yeah, there is a personal factor in there. There's no question. I think it's tremendous. I like the Big East. I like the challenge with the SEC. First off, I think it's great. I think it's unique. I didn't know quite how to handle it being in the conference schedule, but I think it's been good. I know it's really what our conference wants. I think the coaches have come around to seeing the value of it too as well, and I thought ESPN did a great job with it as far as making it the big day, that the event of that Saturday during conference play. So I think it's been tremendous. I think given the situation with the 20 conference games that I think pretty much every conference is going to go to eventually, I thought that the Big East opportunity was something we needed to look at. I think I joke about it because I thought I had mentioned that a year ago, 2 years ago really, when you first heard the talks, and I kind of thought it fell on deaf ears, but it seems like it's gotten it's going to be a great thing for us. I love it's the 10 teams. It's another conference is going to be in a similar situation that needs probably find 2 games to make up for that 20 of the other Power 5 conferences, and you put Big East in there because they're the next one. I think it's great, and obviously for me, I was thinking about who we'd play, and there's 7 teams that were in the Big East when Pitt and we were a member of the Big East, and there's a lot of history between those 7 teams, and even the other ones. Butler, there's a history there too as well. Xavier, we had a great Sweet 16, Elite 8 game, so there's some history there as well with all those teams. So personally, it's going to be I think even more exciting for me, and I think just having those 2 games, home and home situations, already built into our schedule, while a challenge, we're not going to spend time having to find that game. And so I think it's a great thing, a great opportunity for us. And the only concern, I guess, is the timing of it, where we're going to fit it in the schedule. That's my concern, and to make it as big an event as the Big 12 SEC Challenge. I think that's important, and how we go forward will be interesting, whether it's on one day, one weekend, 2-3 days during the middle of the week. But I think making it an event rather than just games would be great.
This will be the final question for Coach over here on the right-hand side. On the right-hand side, Coach. There you go.
Jamie, Chuck Carlton, Dallas Morning News. I was curious with your roster, the experience, the lack thereof that you addressed, but you're also looking at how do you assess the talent that you have on that roster? And I guess the coaching challenge, you kind of blending all the new guys with the people you have coming back.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that stood out for us, in our program, we've always been low turnover teams. Right now we're turning over a little too much. I think everybody is probably this early in the season or the practice things, but I think we have a talented group, but a young group for obvious reasons. You can't hide from the fact, I hate to use the word young, but you can't hide from the fact we've got 8 guys that haven't played college basketball. We had 4 guys that were in our program, but they didn't practice as much as I would have liked to last year, whether it be an injury or some other. One kid came at semester, so I like that we've gotten bigger, we've gotten more athletic. My intention, my thoughts going in there would be deeper with this roster, just not having as many guys sitting out, but with the injuries, it's slowed us down a little bit. But I think eventually we're going to have great depth, and like I said, good size, good length, good athleticism, all those things. But as far as winning games in college basketball and being a part of that and doing the things necessary to win games, we haven't had a lot of experience doing that, and those 8 guys specifically, and you keep Jalen out of the equation. But put them all in there and give them some time, some minutes. I think we can be pretty good across the board. So I'm looking forward to having a team very deep and athletic at the same time.
Okay, Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good luck for the season.